Hey everyone, my name is Ronak and this is Python programming tutorials right from the scratch, and this is tutorial number 36, and in this tutorial I will be showing you how to connect an unstructured database with Python. And the unstructured database I am using over here is MongoDB, so MongoDB connection with Python. Okay, so now that in the last two tutorials I have taught you the SQLite and MySQL, okay, and these were structured databases. Now MongoDB is a form of unstructured database, and unstructured database is really topping on fire these days. Okay, and the data is actually getting really smarter these days, and it cannot be actually stored into the structured database. Okay, so unstructured database is pretty much cool, and MongoDB uses the JSON format. And whoever are watching this video, I believe you have a little bit of knowledge in the with the MongoDB. Okay, and if you don't have, you will get to know it is really easy. Okay, so now let's begin. So the package that we need, okay, to connect, so between the MongoDB and my Python you need a mediator, and that mediator is known as PyMongo. Okay, it is known as PyMongo. So what you can do is just install that PyMongo. Okay, and what you can do is install it, and I will show you how. So just say pip install PyMongo. Okay, just install it, and if you are on Linux it is sudo pip3 install pymongo. Fine, now let's begin. So let's just first of all import this thing, and let's say from pymongo. Okay, what you want to import, we want to import the Mongo client. Okay, this is really important, this is going to be a client. So now first of all let me just connect this. So it is on my localhost 27017. okay, let me just connect this thing. Okay, and now we have a connection established. Now in order to establish a connection over here, you will need something known as client, and client is just my variable name. You can put anything you want, and just say Mongo client. Okay, now the connection has been established. Now another thing you want to do is, now there are two things. So it is the database, that is the schema, and you have something known as the collection. This is my older databases from my other projects. Now what we can do is we can actually create that. So db for database, so it is a variable, you can place anything over here, and just say client. Okay, client dot the name of the connection you want, and it can be anything. Okay, it can be just anything. So I will be doing, let's say Python tut for Python tutorials. Okay, and now just close the connection. Okay, so client dot close. Okay, now whatever code you are going to type will be enclosed within this. Okay, now we have our code over here. We have created the client, we have created the database, and we have closed the client. Okay, so this is the basic, and the I don't know how you are doing the MongoDB, but the MongoDB that I am using the RoboMongo. Okay, RoboMongo is kind of IDE for the MongoDB. Okay, and now it is on my localhost, so I don't have to mention it or anything. So now what we will do is, first of all we will insert something in it. So let's just say result. It is a variable, it can be anything according to you, and just say db dot, and now name your collection. Collection is basically the database, and this Python tut is my schema, assume like this. Okay, and db dot collection, so collection can be anything. So let's just make something known as student. Okay, student dot, and now you have to mention anything you want to do with it. So if you want to insert, you want to delete, you want to update, you want to retrieve anything. Okay, so first of all we will just begin with inserting. Okay, so now it is going to create a table name student. Okay, and now all the values that you feed it will be in the form of the JSON. JSON is JavaScript object notation. Okay, I believe you know that, because I have actually covered the dictionary module, which is dictionary, and the JSON module. Okay, dictionary is pretty much similar to the JSON. So now let's enter something. So first of all let me just say ID. Okay, ID, and let's say 1, and if you want to enter the multiple values in it, you can just do that too. Okay, so let me do this. Now this is just one value. What if you want to enter a couple of more values, what you can do is just enclose this thing within the square brackets. Okay, and after your curly braces, if you put a comma, and you can also keep continuing like this. So let me just make some more. Okay, so id 2, and just let me enter some names. Okay, and let me make one more thing and say id 3, and let me say name colon is actually important. I hope you know the JSON format, and let me enter some names. Okay, Yeah, now we have created this. Now just let me run this thing. Yeah, we have created. Now if we go over here on my RoboMongo and just just let me refresh this thing. Now we have our schema Python 2, and in the collection we have the table student. Okay, this is my table, so it has actually created it. Okay, now what we can do is, so this is object 1 where it has value Ronak for id 1, and if you explore like this you have all the values. So this is just fine. Okay, now what we can do is we can actually retrieve the value over here. So just let me comment this result. Okay, now we don't need to insert anything. Now we want to retrieve. Okay, so let me just retrieve it. So for it is db dot the name of your collection dot. Okay, after dot you have to say find. Okay, now this is actually going to fetch everything for you, but what we can do is, this is not actually organized. Okay, this is not enough. We have to print the table in the form of the rows. Okay, just remember that. So just let me make a function so it will actually get, organized. ret for retrieve, it can be anything you want. Okay, and now let's just make a for loop, and let's say for row in. Okay, db dot, remember this, the name of my collection, that is the student dot. Okay, and after dot just say find, and in this find you can just mention whatever you want, and I actually want to print everything in it. Okay, and now just let me call the function. Okay, so it is actually going to give me all the values. Yeah, we have all the values in the form of the JSON. Actually it is in the form of the dictionary. Okay, Python accepts this as a dictionary, and you can actually manipulate it according to you. Now what we can do is we can actually retrieve a specific value from it. So if we say id is equal to, let's retrieve Saurabh, and Saurabh has id 2, you can also say name if you want. So it is not actually compulsory. Okay, you can just say Saurabh. Now this is only going to give us the Saurabh, and what you can do is just mention here find 1. Okay, so it is actually going to retrieve only the one value. If you want to retrieve all of it, you can just say find many. Okay, and I want to just say find 1, just print the thing, and I have id name, but I might have messed up something. Yeah, actually it is printing all, so just let me do like this. Yeah, we have only this Saurabh. Okay, you can just say find, it's just fine. Now this is the basic. Okay, and now just yeah, now we have retrieved. Okay, now after retrieved, what we will do is, just let me comment this out. Now we will try to manipulate it. Okay, now we will try to update something. So we have inserted, we have retrieved. Now let's say update, up for update, and just say db dot the name of your collection dot update. Okay, and in update you it will take 2 parameters. Okay, so now the first will take what you want to update, second is going to take the value that you want to update on this one. Okay, so if I want to change my Kaushik, okay, so let me just say id, okay, and is equal to 3. You can also say name, it's just fine. And now this is going to take something known as $set. Okay, this is actually the basic of the MongoDB, and I actually, I said I was not going to dive into it, but these are just the MongoDB commands. Okay, these are just MongoDB commands, but only the thing is that I am executing them from Python. Okay, so after that you have to place the curly braces after the colon. So $set is going to set whatever you want to set in the id 3. So we want to change the name, fine. So I want to change the name, so let's enter a name. So Kaushik I want to change, so let's say Mrityunjay, fine. And now let's just call this function. Now this is going to change it, so let's just run this. Yeah, it has been executed. Now if we retrieve it, we have it. Okay, so the Kaushik has been changed to Mrityunjay. So now you can actually get the overview of this thing. Now what we can do is, right after now that we have inserted, retrieved and updated, now let's just delete something. Okay, so let's make a function for it. So let's say delay, and let's say db dot student, that is the name of the collection, and just say delete. Okay, and you can actually delete a specific value. and in that you can mention. So I will just delete Ronak, okay, and just say name. You can also mention the ID, okay, it is not, okay, fine, and just mention the name of the function. Just delete this thing and it is gone, okay, it has gone. And actually I retrieved it, so it gave me the output on the spot. Now the next thing that I would like to tell you, the last thing, is actually, you know, deleting everything from it. So what if you want to delete all of this stuff? So you can just say, it will say delete many, okay, it is going to delete everything in the table. Yeah, and now it is not retrieving anything because we have deleted everything. Now my table is empty, okay, now my table is empty. And if we go over here, just let me check this, my table is empty, fine. And now what we can do is, the last one I would like to show you is, you know, deleting the entire schema itself. So let's just do that. So let's say SCH for schema, and now what it will do is, it will you know, delete the whole schema itself. So say db dot, okay, student dot drop, okay, and this is now going to delete the student itself. So it is going to delete this whole, okay, it is going to delete this. Now if we go over here and fine, I'll just delete this, and let me just call the function and just drop this thing. It has been executed. Now if you go over here, so on my row, and I will just refresh this thing and it is gone, okay. So what it actually did was, the thing with the MongoDB is basically that whenever you delete the collection, it will delete the schema, okay. It doesn't need schema, because see, the moment I dropped my student, that is my collection, it actually thinks that, okay, the schema is empty and the person might not need it, okay. So these were some of the basics of the connecting the, you know, unstructured database with the Python, and this is actually good. So try it for yourself, otherwise you won't get it. And if you don't know, I would definitely recommend you to learn MongoDB. It is actually good, and I might create a separate tutorial series where I will be teaching you MongoDB right from the scratch, okay. I was thinking something like this, because it is now, you know, it is actually trending a lot these days, and it is actually being brought into practice a lot. So what I thought was, I will just teach you the MongoDB right from the scratch, okay. But these were some of the basics, and actually it is really easy, okay. So these commands are pretty much the commands of the MongoDB, okay, and it accepts the JSON format. If you know the JSON format very well, you are going to, you know, you can actually do a lot of things. Trust me, you can do a lot of things. It is really easy, and you don't have to stress a lot about it. And what I would recommend you to do is play with this, okay. Just try this, try connecting MySQL, SQLite, MongoDB. This is actually fun, okay. And in here also you are, you know, using a mediator to connect the two elements that are not actually embedded within. So this is actually a great thing, okay. You can try this, you can play with it. And this concludes the tutorial. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.